coming to you early. Welcome to Tuesday Night, Carol and John's Comic Shoppers. We're here at 8, because I got stuff to do, with John Shear and Andrea. Kyle is always behind the camera. Woo. There we go. We had a great week. We had fun celebrating Andrea's birthday last Wednesday at the Grog Shop with Lenora and her midnight VHS rental, midnight movie rental. Yep.
Midnight rental.
Midnight rental. Thank you.
Lenora's midnight rental.
We got a bunch of stickers we're going to stick all over town. Late Night Comics went awesome, and we know we're official as far as the late night community goes because Alan from Late Night Records came out, and he was stoked and had a good time and stayed here for a couple hours. That was great. So that's all I've updated now. I will say this. We have some official announcements pending. We have some really exciting stuff happening later in the summer into the fall with some people coming to town.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's gonna be great. But we might have something to say about next week. Who knows? But yeah, we'll do first appearances. Fair warning about the table. We got all our stuff. Even though you may have heard some things on the internet about that diamond truck that caught on fire in New York.
I did not hear about
And
that.
On fire?
Yeah.
I thought it crashed.
And then caught on fire. But look at me. This is why you buy your Marvel comics from Penguin, not Diamond. But we got some first appearances. So Green Arrow at DC number 2 brings us the first appearance of Troublemaker. In the Nick Fury one-shot, we've got the first appearance of a female version of Scorpio. Storm number 1. This is not cover A, by the way. We'll get more of those. First appearance of Blowback. And then in Extreme Venomverse number 2, we've got the first appearance of this rad-looking guy, LMV, or Life Model Venom. And then the first appearance of Venom 1602. So we will show you or talk about those more when we get to them. Otherwise, it is the 4th of a 5th Wednesday. So there's 5 Wednesdays, 5 new comic release days in May. Happens every couple of months. So they kind of spread their stuff out through the month, making each Wednesday a little thinner, but as a whole, you get more comics in May than you do in other months. Right. So we'll start with Image. 2 collected editions from Image this week, both complete miniseries for the moment. So 20th Century Men, I know, was a ref pick during its single issue days. Now it's in a complete paperback, so I know that's a good beefy story. He highly recommended. And then Hitomi, if you're a fan of the Yasuke anime on Netflix, you will love this book. We got 3 reprints this week from Image. Nemesis Reloaded number 1 is reprinted with a special edition, so it's got bonus material in there. Same with Ambassadors number 1, both from Mark Millar, and Ambassadors number 3. So those are all reprinted this week. Next to it, Nemesis Reloaded new issue number 4 is out, and one of my favorite books out of Image in the last few years, What's the Furthest Place from Here, is on number 13. Unlucky number 13. The cover A is a creepy hallway. Terror War is on number 2. That was a pretty big staff pick a couple weeks ago with number 1. Then above it, we've got Vanish from Donny Cates there on number 7. That'll be your cover A. That'll be your cover B. And this will be your cover C. Cover B by the ever great Daniel Warren Johnson. You know, I sat down to read Extremity again the other night, and I, again, read it start to finish and did not put it down.
It's so good.
It's the only way I ever read it.
Yeah.
I just grabbed the second volume. Summoner War Awakening, that second miniseries, that's on number 2. And then the supermassive superhero universe from Image has another oversized one-shot. It's only $6 for a thick boy of story. And that's their 2023 one-shot roundup, State of the Union kind of thing. King Spawn is on issue number 22. Kaya from Wes Craig is on number 8. Nightclub, Mark Millar, number 5 of 5. That's the last one. Right?
I don't know. I'm fully caught up except for this one.
Stand by for more information.
Yes.
Ambassadors is on issue number 5. So I think we got one more in that miniseries too.
5 of 6.
Oh, thank you. So these are both penultimates, I believe. Hell of books. And then The Forged is on issue number 3 in all of its oversized glory.
3 of 3?
I believe.
Say?
Yeah.
Yeah. That one I'm gonna.
I forgot to look at the dogs.
I'm not gonna bet money on it, but I'm gonna put a lot of money on it.
Are you?
I mean, I'm buying it, so I'm putting that much money on it.
I have $2. So. Cool. Now we're into Marvel Collected Editions. We got a whole row of them. One epic collection from Marvel this week, but it's a doozy. Amazing Spider-Man Maximum Carnage reprinted in its full glory all together. That's a big guy. Immortal X-Men is on volume number 2 for paperback. Star Wars, you got volume 5 for the most current ongoing series. Punisher War Journal is the current run's one-shots, so there were 3 of them. Oversized one-shots all collected here. Kind of side origin stories for the Punisher, and they're all really rad for the current Punisher status quo. And then Deadly Neighborhood Spider-Man, all 5 issues collected in a nifty trade paperback by Taboo. We got another Taboo sighting at the top of the table. One reprint from Marvel this week. Absolute favorite. We have first prints if you want them, but buy both because the cover's great for this one. You've got Guardians of the Galaxy number 1. If you enjoyed the movie, if you enjoy Firefly, if you enjoy anything, you'll love this book. If you breathe air.
You're not wrong.
Yeah.
It's amazing. That's why I keep ordering it. Warlock Rebirth is on issue number 2. They're on Soul World. We've got a Phil Noto variant. We've got a Stormbreakers variant, and we've got a 1 in 25 right next to the Guardians reprint on the table. And back to the middle, we got Thor number 34, and most of the time covers can be a little misleading, like, hey, what's happening in the book? This is what happens in the book. Thanos and Doom go at it. Thor's in the middle of it because his name's on the cover, but it's awesome. Help me out.
Oh, I forgot to look at this one. Oh. Cover B.
Cover B, and then the Spider-Verse variant. When in doubt, cover B. Star Wars High Republic is on issue number 10. We had a big first appearance in the last issue, so this one's continuing with that story. And then we've got the cover B for that one. Excellent is on issue number 3 of 5 for their miniseries. Corey Smith? No. Who is this?
Cover B.
Oh, cover B for Excellent. And then continuing with the rest of the row, you got Spider-Man 2099 Dark Genesis, the weekly book for this month on issue number 4 of, you guessed it, 5, because there's 5 Wednesdays. This is we're getting more cover A's back in, so if you want them, let us know. But this is the frame variant, which is much more cool. Punisher 2099 is on there, and then this is the connecting variant. Next to it, Punisher 2099 on the handbook variant, which is a 1 in 25. Very sweet. One big facsimile edition for Marvel this week following the Avengers from last week. You got Invincible Iron Man number 1. Beautiful cover, beautiful issue. Not going to cost you $4,000. So we got a stack of those because facsimiles are awesome.
There we go.
There you go.
We got more coming.
I know. What? Really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, more facsimiles. Bishop War College is on issue number 4 of 5, so that'll be concluded next time. That's the Corey Smith variant right here. Storm started up a new number 1 this week, but you guessed it, you guys are awesome at pre-ordering stuff. So last minute, we ran out of cover A's, but no big deal because I'm really good at anticipating that. So we've got more coming in. If you want to cover A, let us know. Or if you'd like one of the variants off the table, please feel free to let us know that. Also, this will be your Marvel Icon variant, and this will be your 1 in 25 variant, which is awesome.
Yes.
Above that, we've got a continuation of a few 5-issue miniseries. Hellcat number 3 and the Spider-Verse variant for that gal. Hollow's Eve variant by...
Swaby.
Swaby, that's right.
Swear.
Then also continuing here, we got Extreme Venomverse. This will number 2. This will be
It's the other variant.
the Stegman other variant, and then this is the Lashley symbiote variant. We also have more cover A's of that coming in if you prefer. 2 big number 1s at the top of the Marvel table. Fury 1 is a one-shot. It is told while Nick Fury, the Unseen, is at the end of the universe talking to the Watcher about his previous and current incarnations.
There's that, yes, and it's also so it's a history on Nick Fury, like Sergeant Nick Fury, Colonel Nick Fury, and then his son Nick Fury Jr., who's after, as we said before, first appearance of the female Scorpio. So she's running around in here, and it's Scorpio Key, like just wrecking havoc. Watchers involved. It's awesome. It's filled with great art. There's a lot of different stories because Nick Fury Jr. is just researching all about Scorpio. And
Al Ewing wrote it, which is great. Then you got Scott Eaton, Tom Riley, Adam Kubert, Ramon Rosanas, Jordi Belair, and Joe Carmagna.
Cartamania, I think.
Yeah, on art for a bunch of different stories. That's awesome.
Yeah.
And in addition to cover A, we have the ever amazing Chris Samney variant. And then next to that, the last three for the Marvel side, Daredevil and Echo starting a mini-series. I read it. I thought it was...
Okay, so I read it. It's Daredevil and Echo are teaming up because somebody in Hell's Kitchen, bad guy in Hell's Kitchen, is killing people. It's a serial killer taking a pound of flesh, as it were. And you find out at the very end, it's an old school villain that we haven't seen for many, many years popping up at the end. Whether they're the real villain or not, or just trying to open the gates of hell, we'll find out as this series goes on.
I hope it's the Owl.
It is not. It is not the Owl. So
That'll be your cover A by Phil Noto, and then you got a Marvel Icons variant with Echo on it, and Declan Shelvey did a sweet variant. Is that Dragon in the book?
so that is the spoiler variant. So.
Damn it! Let's
So,
do
yeah.
DC.
And with DC, Action Comics is on number 1055. Cyborg Superman is back, but so is Superboy, so is Steel, so is the Eradicator. It's like the rebirth of Superman all over again in this issue. It's continuing from all the other stuff, but again, the best story in there is the Lee Weeks, like Superman and Lois, Clark and Lois and Clark story, which is great. So we got the cover A there. We have the 1 in 25 variant there.
Love that cover.
It's a great cover. And then we have the Spiffy Shiny variant 1 in 50 cover there. Green Arrow, still lost in space and time in issue 2. We've got the regular cover there and the 1 in 25 variant right there. Unstoppable Doom Patrol, the Green Lanterns show up because Doom Patrol is just messing with them, and it's always fun to mess with the Green Lanterns. We've got the regular cover there, and the really super spiffy and shiny foil variant, cover price variant there. We also have the 1 in 25 variant for that one there.
It's super fun to mess with the Green Lanterns because Guy Gardner gets so mad.
He does. He does. At one point, though, Kyle's like, so they've been operating in Gotham and Batman without telling Batman, and Guy Gardner's like, maybe they aren't so bad. So, Justice Society of America number 4. Ben wants to talk about it.
I like Justice Society a lot. So, issue 4 took a while to come out, but it's so worth it because there's an amazing fight between the current Justice Society and their current Nazi bad guy, Daguerreotypes. He finally shows a chink in his armor, which up until this point there has not been one. But it's turned out to be a great series by Jeff Johns, and I can't wait for more. Hopefully it comes sooner rather than later.
And we've got the Wildcat cover B, the Yolanda
Wildcat
Montez. 2. Yes, Yolanda Montez cover there. Static is on issue number 4 for its current miniseries. Harley Quinn. We have issue 30.
Yeah, 2 notes about the next 2 issues. Harley and Nightwing, when we get to it, they shorted us copies, so we will have more back in. If you would like one, just let us know.
And so this one's the Frisson variant. And then Nightwing's on 104. And as P said, we are currently out of the regular cover. We've got the 1 in 25 variant, if you would prefer that, though. Next to that is Flashpoint Special Edition. Not a facsimile, but it does, in fact, reprint all of Flashpoint number 1, just in time for the Flash movie that's coming out very, very soon.
If you've never read it, spend $4 on it. It's
Yes.
an amazing story to the point where I'm going to be disappointed with the movie.
There we go. City Boy number 1, the new We Are Legends series, and issue 1 was great. Like, Ben's like, you need to read this.
Dazzles
It's
you.
real
I told him at Drug Mart today.
Yes, and it was great. I've already added it to my file. It was fantastic. Perfect origin story to find out who this guy is and why you should care about him. And I absolutely do. And they knocked it out of the park. I was not expecting to like any of these. I didn't add any of them, and so far they fit 2 out of the 3 out of the park, I think.
For real.
So,
Yeah, I'm with him on that. It is a perfect origin story. I'm glad you said that. And does not pull its punches.
No.
Like, did not phone anything in. Really a super solid first issue.
Yeah. Superman number 1, we've got a facsimile. Here's your facsimile for DC. It's all of it, including ads and all that fun classic Superman stuff. Can't beat it. All in color. 64 pages for $6.99.
I also ordered more of those. And I ordered more of the action number 1s because they were available.
Perfect.
Yeah, we'll throw
can't,
them on there.
can't beat first appearances of Superman. It's wonderful. Tim Drake Robin is on number 9. DC Ruby's on number 4. And then we get into DC Collected Editions. Batman Urban Legends is on volume 5, which I believe was the last one. Shazam, the entire Jeff Johns series, and Dale Eaglesham drawing it, is all collected in here, the 7 Magic Lands. And then below that, DC Pride, the new generation, reprints the DC Pride one-shot, also reprints all of, from Batman Urban Legends above here, Tim Drake's Coming Out story is all collected in there, as well as some other current stuff. Blood Syndicate Season 1 is in hardcover, and then we move on to Dark Horse. Red Tag has the full collection of that miniseries. Raphael Albuquerque.
What?
Yeah, it does great artwork. So that's coming out. We've got that collection. Blue Book, we have no regular variant, no regular covers at the moment, but we have a 1 in 10 variant for the newest issue of that.
Oh, quick correction, really quick, just in case someone really wanted it. Because Raphael Albuquerque wrote it.
Okay.
Roger Cruz did the artwork.
All right.
But if Albuquerque signs off on him, then I'm cool.
There we go. Then we get to Feeder, which I did not read, but Ben did.
We told you. We all told you to read
All
it.
of us. All right, so Feeder, we couldn't figure out why we ordered it, but I think one of us just read the description and went, yeah. And I'm glad we did, because it's essentially, and this is Andrew's pick of the week for sure.
Yeah.
She's a quiet lady, but when she says it, she means it.
That's true.
Feeder is I don't know why it's called Feeder, now that I'm thinking
Well,
about it.
she explained it to me.
Oh,
They
yeah,
have a little box. I don't know if I can.
Oh.
Got it.
Can I show the photo? Yeah. Bottom feeder.
Oh.
So it comes from bottom feeder. 'cause he's
Understood.
like-
80s action movie star, completely washed up in the worst way possible, and we don't know why yet, but he needs to work for a sleazeball, and he does, like, the dirty work, but it's a great, like, if you've ever watched an 80s action movie, it's a great, like, here's the dark side of what could go on with that, and it's hard-hitting, and he doesn't pull punches again. That's his whole side of the table, apparently. But Feeder, awesome. Don't know when issue 2 is coming out. It's from a pretty small company, Sumerian. So, but we'll order it if you want it.
It's great.
We can
Pick
get
it up.
Sumerian. Should pick it up. Let's do more small press. Sure. I read We Are Scarlet Twilight, and it is weird, and you probably never heard of it. I just saw a name somewhere in a description. It's like a pulp comic hero, similar to The Phantom, yeah, something like that. And he's like stalking through the city, doing his do-gooder stuff, trying to stop a vampire cult. But there's a twist, and I don't mind telling you, he's a vampire. So like all the amazing super feats that he does like are shocking and amazing because he's got vampire powers. But then this blood cult like summons a god, and it's like gets wild. I'm stoked for issue 2, to be honest with you. Like the vampire reveal is awesome and well worth it. Next to that, we got Drexler #1 from Scout Comics, another weird one that I saw and ordered. Essentially, it's like a sci-fi monster hunter. Aliens are kind of present in America. It's become kind of a racist thing where like some towns are human only, that kind of stuff. And some girls start getting murdered, so you get kind of that CSI element to it. And this guy's like the only one who could do something about it. There's a bunch of tentacles and bug aliens, and he knows how to take care of it, but he's got like a really weird past. But it's super well written and cool artwork. And then Far South is one that Kyle and I got into. It's essentially like a saloon noir story. Would you say it's got a big mafia angle, a big like organized
early
crime
mafia.
angle.
Yeah.
There's a bar where like no wrongdoing happens, so like whatever happens in there is what's supposed to happen. Even if a guy dies, it's like he deserved it, and it's dirty and it's down deep, and that's why we put it away from the kids' books.
Gritty.
It's a good one shot too, by the way. 007 King and Country's on #2. Why do we want it on the table? That's weird.
We keep adding it. So
All right.
People keep buying it.
And then the complete miniseries for Briar, which is what, Sleeping Beauty?
Her sister.
Briar
Yeah.
Rose.
Briar Rose.
Oh, okay. So they did a hard-hitting miniseries, that one from Boom. 4 issues that came out all last year, and that finished up into a trade paperback. Usagi Yojimbo TMNT Where When is on issue #3. That's a 1 in 10 variant. We've got the 1 in 10 variant also for Dungeons & Dragons Saturday Morning Adventures. Shear's staff pick of the year so far.
I like this.
Sold like 15 copies of issue #1. And then Rick and Morty is on #5 for their current ongoing series. On the kids' side of things, all ages side of things, we've got a big restock of Big Nate. I didn't even mean to say it like that. There's a ton on the wall. Apparently, according to John Dudas, zoom in on it. According to John Dudas, you can't get these anywhere. So he found a bunch of them. They're fully stocked in the store. Image was super stoked about their all ages graphic novel series coming out, Ava's Demon. This is book 1, kind of a witch and wizard, female focused
So
thing.
it's a webcomic collected. Ava's Demon is not actually a demon, it's alien. And they team up together to like fight what the aliens what took over the aliens' planet. So yeah,
Why
pretty
not?
cool.
Ava's alien would have been a kind of snappy title.
Yeah,
But,
but
it
she
sounds
looks like a
cooler
demon.
if you say it's a demon.
Yeah.
Does it?
Yeah.
Sure.
Aren't comics like an alliteration? Isn't alliteration like a
But you're
thing?
like, oh, she's got a demon?
So they're lying to me, and then I think it's cool.
Yes.
Yep.
That's
Keep
what
going.
That's what you do.
Tegan and Sarah have teamed up to do a graphic novel. Their first graphic novel. It's junior high, and if you like Tegan and Sarah, I think you should probably get that.
Kyle's pick of the week.
Yeah, probably.
Star Wars, High Republic. It's the edge of balance, the precedent, and
It's a good High Republic story. It's got the spider guy you see there, who showed up in Clone Wars as like a major general. It's kind of an origin story on him that comes from the High Republic, so it's good tie-in between.
Super creepy.
Oh yeah, the art's awesome. There's some. You get a lot of the origins of what the Nile
Wookiees.
actually. How they got into the Jedi's minds and stuff and
Oh,
started
cool.
messing with their
Oh, okay, I could dig that.
It's really good. I actually really enjoyed that one. I just burned through it.
The most recent Peter and Miles Double Trouble. They're Spider-Man all ages 4-issue miniseries collected in digest size. We got a new single issue of Star Wars Hyperspace Stories from Dark Horse. Ventress. And then finally, I put these on back order like 4 months ago. The Marvel classic sticker collection. It's all classic stickers from the 70s, all the stamps, all the corner boxes. It's phenomenal, and it's like 10. Oh, there is the price. $15. But we finally got those back in. But that's it. That's our fourth Wednesday of the month table. It's small, but we're proud of it.
That's right.
You guys enjoy the rest of your Tuesday night. We'll see you tomorrow for your comics.